Okay, we've been talking about some things that happened after Jesus' crucifixion. Even though he had been crucified, he kept busy afterwards, which for anyone else outside of Hollywood, that would be an unusual thing to say. One day Jesus hadn't shown up for a few days. And so Peter turned to the other disciples.
Usually you don't show up.
Peter turned to the other disciples and he said, "You know what? I'm going to go fishing." And so they all said, "Well, oh, that sounds good. Let's all go fishing." So they went out fishing, and the kind of fishing they did wasn't the kind that we do. They were professional fishermen. Some of the disciples were, and I guess the others just joined the professionals. They had a professional fishing boat. They had nets. They fished all night long, and they didn't catch anything. As it got to be morning time, Jesus was standing on the shore. And he yelled out to them, "You caught anything?" They said, "No, we haven't caught anything." He said, "Put your net on the other side of the boat." Now, what difference would that make? It's the same water, it's the same fish, same net. What difference would it make to put the net on the other side of the boat? It wouldn't make any difference to us, right? That's illogical. It would make any difference. But when God tells you to do something, even if it's illogical, do it. So they took the nets and they put them on the other side of the boat, down into the same water, same nets, and immediately the nets were so full of fish, they couldn't get them back in the boats. When God tells you to do something, you do it. They came back to shore. When they got to shore, Jesus already had breakfast cooking for them. Some bread and some fish cooking on the fire. What was the number? I think the Bible said that they had 153 fish in their nets. Just immediately, just from putting it on the right side, God said, "Hey, fishies, get in there." And they did. And they pulled the net up on shore and they went to have breakfast. Jesus turned to Peter and he said, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter said, "Well, yes, Jesus, I love you." And Peter said, "Then you feed my lambs." Then he said again, "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, Jesus, I love you." "Then feed my sheep." Then he said again, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter said, "Jesus, you know everything. You know I love you." You see, I think Jesus wanted to do something Peter needed. You remember Peter denied Jesus 3 times before the crucifixion? Now he has affirmed his love for Jesus 3 times. Jesus told him again, "Feed my sheep." Jesus called us his sheep. And he was telling Peter his job would be not to be a fisherman anymore. His job would be to feed God's sheep, to take care of God's people. And from this time on, they became, the disciples became apostles, and they preached and led the church. And I assume they had a really good breakfast too. Surely the fish Jesus cooked tasted better than normal fish, I would think. Let's sing a song. Can you climb your mountain? Climb, climb up Sunshine Mountain, heavenly breezes blow.